before we get into content though, I'd love to ask, any wins? I know it's basically just been Christmas, but have there been any wins at all with presentations or anything that you've put together in the last month? We last met kind of late mid-December.
Yes, so I spent pretty much the entire time while no one was here just building presentations because I knew that we had a lot coming up for end of year. And so some of the lessons that we were talking about around sort of the order that you share content and sort of how you actually highlight the important bit in a graph if it's quite complex. I used a couple of those strategies and I haven't played it back to the business yet, but I've played it back sort of internally to the other people in my team who are coming on board. And they were all really on board with it. And I think that even just feeling like I could play it back internally to the other team members for feedback has also been a really helpful outcome from these sessions. I don't think that's something that we really did historically very well. Like we sort of maybe would have one person peer review it, but actually having like a collaborative workshop to talk through, okay, this is what I'm thinking for this section, how does that look and feel? Is there anything that you would change? Like sort of trying to embed some of those practices has been a really good win for our team.
Oh, that's really cool. Because I remember last time you were starting to build something and you were not really sure where to start. How did that one go? Did you start to flesh that out a bit more?
I can't remember which one that was. I've built like 6 of them in the last month now.
We looked at I think the roadmap.
Yes. Yeah. So completely revamped the order of that because the feedback that I was hearing was that as a standalone piece, those pages didn't make a lot of sense. And so tried to actually break it out into a couple of different sections so that I could explain what you're about to see before people get lost in the detail of it.
Yep.
So trying to limit the amount of information that's on the screen to have the conversation before you actually showcase the information, which I think is something that we talked about in here as well.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Yeah,
I think it went a bit more smoothly.
Excellent. Well done. Like pretty stoked with that. And yeah, I'm glad that you got some time over the break to actually work on those presentations, putting them together as well.